Octavia Spencer's two parts fill the oldest The Big Bang Theory storyline hole, thanks to young Sheldon. It is established in Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 10, that there is no problem with an actor portraying two distinct major parts in both The Big Bang Theory and its precursor. Lance Barber, who portrayed George in Young Sheldon, was formerly Leonard's bully on The Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon has formally closed the oldest plot hole on The Big Bang Theory after 7 years. Young Sheldon has drawn criticism for its careless handling of continuity over the course of its run. Whether it's something as trivial as George's actions defying rumors about him, or Sheldon and Missy sharing a room. It's made worse by the fact that numerous artists who contributed to The Big Bang Theory are now working on its prequel. It's remarkable that young Sheldon is still able to resolve its oldest The Big Bang Theory narrative flaw at this time, though, as his storytelling ought to be concentrated on concluding the series. Young Sheldon has leaned less on its tie to The Big Bang Theory and more on its original storytelling in recent years. To support the developing TV world, the writers are reinforcing the show's ties to its parent series as its finale draws near. This is also the reason, in spite of the show's continued popularity, that it is ending. In a similar vein, George's impending demise serves as a justification for adhering to the canon. The prequel manages to rectify a glaring storyline discrepancy even though its main goal is to build up the finale and the upcoming Georgie and Mandy starring sequel show. For a late-season episode. A fancy article and a scholarship for a baby from Young Sheldon Season 7 is, all things considered, unimpressive. Because of its constrained narrative, it is ultimately a filler episode that doesn't further any of the ongoing storylines. But because Octavia Spencer, who plays Mima's parole officer, makes a subtle appearance, it manages to patch up the oldest story hole in Young Sheldon. The Oscar-winning actor previously played a separate part in The Big Bang Theory 16 years prior, as a DMV officer who annoyed Sheldon. Lance Barber's dual roles in Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory make sense if Spencer is able to portray two significant roles in both series. Before becoming Sheldon's father, he played Jimmy Speckerman, the bully from Leonard's high school. Spencer's situation is special because she is the only actor who plays significant and simple roles in both comedies in the same way as Barber does. Granted, other actors have performed varied roles between the shows. She restates that there isn't an alternate world theory, which has already been proposed as an explanation for the casting controversy. George's death is the only significant Young Sheldon tale left for him, because his cheating allegation has now been debunked. His tale will end after that. Nevertheless, given the history, it's intriguing to wonder if Barber will get the opportunity to play a different role after the prequel, particularly given that the Big Bang Theory world is expanding to include 2 new spin-offs. In addition to Spencer, numerous performers have taken on different parts in the universe created by Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady. Barber is a fantastic comedic performer, so it's unfortunate that the franchise might not have another chance to use him. However, the likelihood of this occurring is extremely low due to the actor's increased fame as George. Spencer came closest to Barber's level of importance in both programs during his tenures on Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory. That being said, he has become so synonymous with the part of Sheldon's father that none of her roles come close to matching his. Though it's unlikely that he will take on a different role in the franchise again, unless it's as an off-screen figure, he might make a comeback as the Cooper patriarch. To put things in perspective, this medication has been administered to actors in the universe. The most renowned is Kaley Cuoco, who is most recognized for her role as Penny on The Big Bang Theory. Following the conclusion of the nerd-focused sitcom, the actor made a comeback to the series in Young Sheldon Season 3 as the voice of the pool water. Although she did not receive credit for the role, fans were able to identify her voice, and the people behind the prequel later acknowledged that they had cast her. CBS has revealed that George will pass away before Young Sheldon does. This implies that it will be more difficult, but not impossible, to bring Barber back as the role after the prequel. Georgia and Mandy's First Marriage, the follow-up to Georgia and Mandy, is already the ideal CBS series to include him on. That was previously accomplished by the TV universe during the lone crossover between Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory, in which Jim Parsons Sheldon viewed a vintage videotape of his father giving a pep talk in the locker room. Georgie might have some of those videos because he used to play football for Medford. A flashback sequence would be an easy way for Laurie and his crew behind the Young Sheldon sequel program to incorporate Barber's George once more. The interactions between Georgie and George are among the family comedy drama's less established partnerships. In order to make up for it, Georgia and Mandy's first marriage will perform scenes from before the Cooper patriarch's passing. It might also illustrate how Georgie's parenting of his own child is impacted by George's role as his father. George still has a few episodes left with his family before he passes away. Young Sheldon will have two main plots in the near future, according to CBS official material, even if either of them was ever addressed in The Big Bang Theory. In the first, he plans to have a vasectomy behind Mary's back because she is beginning to feel pregnant again due to Sheldon's impending move to California and Georgie's adoption by the McAllisters. But whether he'll follow through on it is still up in the air. In the second, it is revealed that George is going to receive a new employment offer. No further information has been released on the terms of this new job, but Sheldon's father will probably be overjoyed to get the chance after spending years trapped coaching a weak team at Medford High School. Unfortunately, if he chooses to accept it, he won't get the opportunity to really proceed with it. Given that young Sheldon's story began when George was let go from his previous position and the Coopers were compelled to relocate to Medford, it may have a poetic conclusion.